"Do you recognize me, human? I'm your childhood neighbor," said the alien beauty. The interstellar transport station buzzed with activity as beings from dozens of worlds conducted their daily business. Captain Jake Thompson stepped off the passenger liner from Earth, adjusting his uniform and checking his assignment orders. The Galactic Trade Commission had stationed him at Nexus 7, a hub world where multiple species conducted commerce and diplomacy. As Jake made his way through the crowded terminal, a figure approached him from the throng of aliens. She was tall with silvery blue skin that seemed to shimmer in the artificial light. Her features were both familiar and exotic, with large violet eyes and hair that moved like liquid starlight. Despite her clearly non-human appearance, something about her struck Jake as oddly familiar. "Excuse me," she said in perfect English, though her voice carried a musical quality that seemed to resonate in harmonics human ears rarely heard. "Are you Jake Thompson from the colony world of Haven Prime?" Jake stopped, surprised to hear his name and his birth world mentioned by a stranger. "Yes, I am. Do we know each other?" The alien woman smiled, and the expression transformed her face in a way that made Jake's heart skip. "You might not recognize me in this form, but I lived next door to you when you were a child. I am Leela from the house with the blue shutters on Maple Street." Jake stared at her in shock. The memories came flooding back. Leela had been his neighbor and best friend from ages 7 to 12. She had been a quiet girl with an unusual way of speaking and strange knowledge about things other kids their age never seemed to understand. Her family had moved away suddenly one summer, and Jake had never seen her again. "But you were human," Jake stammered, trying to reconcile his childhood memories with the clearly alien being standing before him. "You looked just like everyone else." Leela's gentle laugh was like wind chimes in a soft breeze. "My people have natural shape-shifting abilities. When I was young, I could not control it well, so I maintained a human appearance to fit in. My parents were part of an observation mission studying human development on the frontier colonies." Jake's mind raced as he processed this information. The strange things about Leela suddenly made sense. Her uncanny ability to predict weather patterns, her knowledge of plants and animals that seemed beyond her years, the way she sometimes seemed to know what he was thinking before he said it. "You studied me," Jake said with a mixture of hurt and wonder. "I was just a research subject to you." Leela's expression grew sad, and she reached out as if to touch his arm before pulling back. "No, Jake, it was never like that. Yes, my family was there to observe, but you became my dearest friend. Those were the happiest years of my childhood. When my parents were recalled to the homeworld, I did not want to leave." Jake looked around the busy terminal and then back at Leela. She was stunning in her true form, but he could see traces of the girl he had known. The same kind eyes, the same gentle way of moving, the same slight tilt of her head when she was thinking. "Why are you here now?" he asked. "After all these years?" Leela's expression became serious. "I am part of the first contact diplomatic team. Humanity has developed faster than our projections indicated. Your species is about to be formally introduced to the galactic community, and I requested to be assigned to this sector because I knew you might be here." Jake felt overwhelmed by the implications. Leela people had been watching humanity secretly for decades. They had been studying human colonies and development patterns. The childhood friendship that had meant so much to him had been part of a larger agenda. "I know what you are thinking," Leela said softly. "You feel betrayed. You think our friendship was not real because I was not what I seemed to be. But Jake, every moment we spent together was genuine. Every laugh, every adventure, every time we helped each other was real." Jake remembered the summer afternoons they had spent exploring the woods behind their houses. Leela had shown him hidden streams and secret clearings where unusual flowers grew. She had taught him to read the signs of approaching storms and to identify edible plants. At the time he had thought she was just naturally gifted, but now he understood she had been sharing knowledge from her advanced civilization. "Those things you taught me," Jake said slowly. "The survival skills, the way to understand animal behavior. That saved my life during the frontier wars." Leela nodded. "I hoped it would. I knew even then that your species would face challenges and conflicts. I wanted to give you tools that would help you survive and thrive." Jake felt his anger melting away. Whatever her original purpose had been, Leela had genuinely cared about him. The gifts she had given him through their friendship had shaped him into the person he had become. "Tell me about your people," Jake said. "What are they like?" Leela smiled again and gestured toward a quieter area of the terminal. "We are called the Valeri. We are an old species that has been part of the galactic community for thousands of years. We specialize in cultural studies and peaceful integration of developing civilizations." As they walked, Jake noticed how other aliens in the terminal seemed to regard Leela with respect. Several beings nodded to her, or offered what appeared to be gestures of greeting. It was clear she held an important position in whatever organization she represented. "The Valeri have been watching humanity for over 2 centuries, Leela explained. "Your species is unique in many ways. Most civilizations develop slowly and predictably, but humans have shown remarkable adaptability and innovation. You have also shown a disturbing tendency toward self-destruction." Jake knew she was referring to the various wars and conflicts that had plagued human space. The Terra Wars had nearly destroyed the home system before the colonies had intervened. The corporate conflicts had destabilized entire sectors of human space. "That is why first contact has been delayed," Leela continued. "The Galactic Council needed to determine whether humanity was ready for integration, or whether you would pose a threat to interstellar peace." "And what was the decision?" Jake asked. Leela paused and looked at him seriously. "The council is divided. Some members believe humans are too aggressive and unpredictable. Others argue that your innovative thinking and adaptability would benefit the galactic community. The decision has been made to proceed with limited contact and evaluate human response." Jake realized he was witnessing a historic moment. First contact between humanity and an alien civilization was happening not through formal diplomatic channels, but through the reunion of 2 childhood friends. "Why did you want to be part of this?" Leela asked. "What made you leave Haven Prime and join the interstellar service?" Jake considered the question. "After the frontier wars, I wanted to see what was beyond our little corner of space. I guess I was looking for something more than what human space could offer me. Maybe I was looking for the magic I remembered from childhood." Leela smiled sadly. "The magic was always there, Jake. It was not something I brought from another world. It was something we created together through friendship and wonder, and the belief that there was more to the universe than we could see." Jake felt a warmth spread through his chest. The little girl who had been his closest friend had grown into this remarkable being who was helping to bridge the gap between species. The bond they had formed as children had survived decades of separation and the revelation of Leela's true nature. "What happens now?" Jake asked. "How does first contact proceed?" Leela looked around the terminal at the mix of species conducting their business. "Gradually, carefully. Human representatives will be invited to observe Galactic Council sessions. Trade agreements will be negotiated. Cultural exchanges will be arranged. If all goes well, humanity will be offered membership in the galactic community." Jake thought about the implications for his species. Access to advanced technology, faster than light travel, without the dangerous and expensive jump drives humans currently used. Medical advances that could extend human lifespan and eliminate disease. most importantly, the chance to explore the galaxy and meet other intelligent species. There will be challenges, Leela warned. Some species will be suspicious of human motives. Others will try to take advantage of your technological disadvantages. The transition period will be difficult. Jake nodded, understanding. Humanity had rarely been united, even in the face of external threats. The idea of presenting a unified front to alien civilizations seemed almost impossible. But you will not be alone, Leela said, as if reading his thoughts. You will have friends and allies, species that believe in the potential for peaceful coexistence, and you will have advocates like myself who have seen the best of what humanity can be. Jake looked at Leela and saw not just the alien diplomat, but the friend who had shaped his childhood and influenced his path through life. The little girl who had shared her knowledge and wonder with him had become a bridge between worlds. I want to help, Jake said. However I can be part of this process, I want to contribute to making first contact successful. Leela's face lit up with joy. I hoped you would say that. The Commission could use someone with your background and experience. Someone who understands both human nature and the challenges of interstellar relations. Jake felt a sense of purpose he had not experienced since joining the service. This was bigger than trade negotiations or shipping routes. This was about the future of humanity among the stars. The terminal around them continued to buzz with activity as beings from across the galaxy went about their daily lives. But for Jake and Leela, this moment represented the convergence of past and future. A childhood friendship had become the foundation for interstellar diplomacy. As they walked together through the crowded terminal, Jake marveled at the journey that had brought them to this point. From neighbors on a frontier world to representatives of their respective species, at the moment of first contact, the universe had a way of bringing people together when they were needed most. The future stretched before them full of possibilities and challenges. But Jake knew that whatever came next, he would face it with the same spirit of wonder and friendship that had defined his childhood. The magic Leela had spoken of was not something that could be lost or left behind. It was something that grew stronger with time and distance, and the recognition that the bonds between sentient beings transcended the boundaries of species and worlds. Together they walked toward a future that neither of them could have imagined as children, but both of them had somehow always known was waiting among the stars.